Hi everyone. Today I'm in a new space, as you can see. If you watched my last video, I tried to move this time to a place where things are a little brighter so you can see me better. Now, last time I tried my very best to teach you how to draw something two-dimensional, meaning it has height and width, so it's flat, like a drawing on a piece of paper. Today, I'm going to try and teach you how to make something that has depth. So it's three-dimensional, meaning it goes up, to the sides, and back. Like us, we're three-dimensional. Now, normally, we call this kind of thing a model, right? And I'll show you one that I've made right now that I've worked very hard on. This guy, look at him. He's very big, and I do not expect you to be able to make this, because many of the parts used to make him are 10 to 20 years old, which is older than you, possibly. But I worked very hard on him. Now, we're going to be making something much simpler and much more tasty, because we have marshmallows. Lots of them. Now, you don't need marshmallows for this, necessarily. You can use popcorn, or Cheetos, or even some fruit like grapes. Now, it might be a bit hard with grapes, but I have a way around that. Grapes are very tasty, by the way. So, I'm going to show you. I have my plate here with my things on it, and I'm going to show you how to make a little marshmallow man who can move and bend and walk and all the things that we can do. Almost. I'm just getting all my things ready. So, in addition to my marshmallows, I also have a bunch of toothpicks, and I have a little box of them here. So, if we go back to my guy right here, you can see a couple things that he has in common with us, right? He can move his ankles, his legs up here at the hips, his arms, right? His hands, even his fingers can move a little bit, and his head as well. And if I get this, his eyes can light up. It's amazing that battery still works after 14 years. So we're going to try and do that. We're going to try and get a bunch of articulation in the body. And so this, what I'm doing with my arm, this is articulation. So we're going to try and make a marshmallow man who can do something like that. So first, I think I'm going to want to start with the legs, so I don't have to hold him all the time, so he can stand up on his own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to go boop, right in there. See? There's his leg. There's his foot. You can even bend it a little, right? Because marshmallows are sticky and squishy. We're going to do it again. Ready? Boop. Look at that. Got my legs. All fit for walking. Here's his body. It's just as big as his legs, so it might look a little goofy, but that's just okay. That's just fine. And there he is. He's all ready to walk. And if I can get him to, be very careful. Here he is on my plate. He's standing. He's standing. It's very impressive. Now, I'm going to take my smaller marshmallows, but you can use bigger ones if you have them or anything else. I'll go over some other ways you can build this after we're done with this one. You can stick it right there in the top. That's his very long neck right here. And now he has a head. You can bend his neck. You can look down. You can look to the sides. He's crossing the road. Right? Boop, 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 boop. Toddling along. I'm going to take 2 more toothpicks. I'm going to stick them in here. Those are his arms now, see? He can wave those a little bit. No, it's a tiny bit, but I think we can do a little better with the arms, right? Because we have elbows. We can bend our arms like this, not just like this. And I think we can replicate that here. We can make it happen on this model too. So, 2 more toothpicks. Here's one. Here's the other one. And here he is, standing on my plate. Oh, there he goes. But here he is, standing on my plate. I can move his arm up. He can wave a little. right? You can also put his hands on his hips. Please don't fall over, buddy. Put his hands on his hips. Shake his head like, nuh-uh. Mm-mm. Oh, he fell over again. So here he is, our little marshmallow man. And after you're done, you can eat him. He's really tasty. I love marshmallows. But you might not have marshmallows, and you might be working with something that's a little heavier than marshmallows, because marshmallows are very light and very fluffy. Say if you're working with something that's heavier, like a grape, it might be easier to make something like a dog that has more points of contact with the ground, because dogs have 4 feet, right? So to do that, we'll take him apart a little bit, but we'll keep his 2 legs together. And we'll stick his body on not like this, but like this, to the side. And in his legs will go to the back. Now we have his back legs. And I'll fall over a bit. That's fine, because we're not done yet. 2 more marshmallows. Another toothpick. Into the marshmallow to make another leg. Plop it right there on the body. You might still be a little wobbly, but another toothpick. Another marshmallow. You can probably guess where I'm going with this, right? There's our body. It's got 4 legs this time. But he's not quite done, is he? No. So we need 2 more things, don't we? We need a head and a tail, right? He needs something to wag when he's walking around. So, tiny marshmallow on a toothpick. Boop. There's his tail. And another tiny marshmallow, or you can use a big marshmallow. I actually have a great idea. We're going to take a big marshmallow and a tiny marshmallow. We're going to drag the big marshmallow all the way up the toothpick. And we're going to plop it right on the front. And it's a little heavy, but he also has a little snout. So now he can sniff things wherever he goes. In fact, he's found a little bone. Ruff, ruff. So this might be better if you don't have something like marshmallow. It still looks like a dog. You can wag his tail, right? You can look around, you can move his legs a little, walking on my plate. But if you don't use a marshmallow, he might be a little heavier, so this is a little better. If you don't have marshmallows and you say only have like grapes or maybe Cheetos that are more prone to falling over. I'm just naming things that I have around my house, and you might not have those things. So experiment with the things that you can use. All you need are toothpicks. Anything else will work. Now, make sure you get your parents' help with this. Good marshmallow. Because toothpicks can be very sharp and pointy, and you could hurt yourself. The risk, I think, is very low, but make sure your parents know what you're doing first. All right? I hope you all enjoyed this lesson, this little experiment this time, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you.